Hello and welcome. I know it's been a while since my last video. However, today is the beginning of our next adventure, which being that today is Easter Sunday for us, as I've just picked up the kiddies. Hi. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
And we're actually heading back to the Northern Territory to go to Uluru, or Ayers Rock as it's also known. It's going to take us a couple of days to get there, so I've had a big sleep today, and the joys of working night shift, I'm driving through tonight. So tomorrow we're going to be pretty close to the Northern Territory border.
Yes. Yeah.
Now at the moment we do have to make sure that we've got border passes so that we can go from one state to another, which I've already filled out today, so we've already covered all our bases. So what do you say, guys? We get cracking and hit the road?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we've been on the road for nearly 13 hours since I picked up these guys. And actually turn the lights on here. You might be able to see it. Well, actually, we'll give you a close-up picture of it anyway, but there you go. Welcome to the outback. So we are just on the other side of Port Augusta at the start of the Stuart Highway. Yes, hello, sweet pea. And we're now making our trek up north towards Marla, where we're looking to stay tonight. And we'll see what interesting stuff we can find along the way, because we've still got, according to this, about 760 k's until we get to where we're going to stay, at least for the first night anyway. So let's keep trekking. Alrighty, so here we are, sort of a couple hundred k's into the outback, and as you can sort of see from here, that is a spectacular sunrise, and I can promise you right now that the video just does not do it justice. It really is remarkable what you can see out here, especially when you take a bit of a look at what's around on the landscape here. What have you found, sweet pea? Very cool. Well, remember, we're going to leave these here because this is part of the natural landscape. But as you can see, for a big open wide land, it's quite breathtaking. I highly recommend getting up here. Hence why we're doing it for a second time in such a short period of time. Anyway, we've still got about 600 k's to go till we reach Marla, where we're staying tonight. So let's keep on moving, because I'm betting these guys are going to want some breakfast soon. So we're here, I think it's the third spot to take a good picture, and we didn't stop at the first one, which is the range of views, just because it was still pitch black. So this is our second stop, but as you can sort of see in the distance, hopefully, just another salt lake. And actually let's extend this all the way out for you guys and see if we can get a bit of a better view for you. So as you can see, it's a vast nothingness, but oh shit, it is a vast nothingness, but it is still breathtaking nonetheless. You are just a master of finding rocks, aren't you? You're my little rock chick, huh?
Hi.
What do you reckon, we keep going? Alrighty, so we're now about 4.5 hours away from where we're staying, and something unusual has been happening. A lot of the cars that have been oncoming to us have been giving us like the courtesy wave, and it's something that the boys noticed, and for the life of me I can't figure out why. You know, we thought, you know, headlights on, headlights off, not sure. So yeah, it's only been the last few minutes, and it's the majority of the cars. I think we've had, what, 3 cars so far that haven't actually given us the wave. So we're a bit baffled by this, and you know what? We're going to have to do some investigating. So when we pull in for fuel, which will be sometime in the next hour or so, we're going to have to ask maybe some of the locals as to what's the go and why people are giving us the wave, because honestly, I don't think anyone around here would recognise us.
Maybe.
Especially given the wrap around the car. Right, so in our travels, we've seen some pretty remarkable things so far. Unfortunately, as we found on our last trip, and yet again on this trip, there is a fair bit of this on the side of the highway. Now, this is only the second one we've seen on this trip so far, which is actually a lot less than what we saw around the same time 3 months ago, which is a good thing. But unfortunately, there are quite a lot of cars that are sort of just left on the side of the road, either smashed up or burnt out. And being such a sort of open land and nothingness, there's not really many people around to do anything about it. However, if you are looking for a spare car or spare parts, I highly recommend driving up the Stuart Highway because there's quite a bit to pick from. Anyway, onward. In a sec. Okay, so here we are in Coober Pedy, and we're actually standing at the front of the Umruna Opal Mine, and I think that's how you say it. It's mining museum. So we thought we'd have a bit of a look, seeing as we didn't really get a chance to stop here when we came a few months ago. And then we've got an opal cave next door that we're going to go check out. So I reckon let's head inside, check this out, little shoot, and see what's in store for us. Thank you. Okay, so here we are inside the Umruna mine. Again, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but here one of the first things we see is, was it one of the Australian lamination techniques? So from start to finish. So as you can see, they start off with a single piece of wood, work their way right up to the finished product.
They carved a bit off here,
which I think is pretty cool. And when you have a bit of a look around here, there's all this,
and me,
and Harley, all just as we walk in the front door. So make sure you hold it. Go. Oh, I'm up here. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to go deeper inside because it looks like we've got quite a bit in here that we can have a look at. So we may end up spending a couple of hours around here. Let's go see what we can find. What do you reckon? Whoa. Right, as you can see, we've got someone who's a bit unimpressed because they're not controlling the camera. However, here you've got a bit of an example of basically the dingo-proof fencing they use for the sheep farming, so they don't have the dingoes eating all the sheep. However, as I've recently read, they're actually thinking that this may be causing issues in terms of kangaroos and eating all the vegetation and what have you, but that's totally a separate issue. If you have a look down here, and this is only the second room. So we've been inside now for 10 minutes and already there's heaps here. So again, if you guys come on anywhere near Coober Pedy, definitely stop in. Okay, so we've just found some skeletal remains of some fossils. This is actually a cast representation of something found in England, but about the same size as, what does it say here? The Australian I can't even pronounce that. But what I can tell, basically it's a prehistoric platypus. Now, I don't know about you, but if you have a look at my hand like that, if that's what platypus used to look like, I'm glad they are what they are now, because that is one scary looking thing. But check out some of the other cool stuff that's around here. Eh?
That's a platypus.
So this is a bit of a look at what it looks like inside the houses here in Coober Pedy underground.
Not comfortable.
Well, given the heat, I think they're quite adequate. However, when you have a gas giant anomaly like that child, I can tell you right now, there's no ventilation. We need to get out of here before something goes boom, more than just him. So here we are at the top, having a bit of a look at the lookout. Give you guys a bit of a more of a view from up here. And as most things, the video just doesn't do it justice. What's that, Sweet Pea? Okay, so we're here in Marla. We got here bang on 4 o'clock with the ute parked up ready where we're going to set up camp. And just as I go to put the tents together, you can sort of see here, got some bolts missing, a couple of nuts, which is a bit of a shame. So what we're going to do is screw the ones that are still there back together, make sure they're nice and tight. And for the 3 bolts that we're going to be short for the moment until we can go to a hardware store closer to Alice Springs to get some new nuts. Grab these R-clips to at least keep everything aligned correctly and so that things don't fall apart completely. And at least that way we can use this tent tonight, because I'm not going anywhere I'm pretty sure the kids are happy to stay here for the evening, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to piece this back together, see how this all turns out tomorrow. Until then, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. We're going to actually cook some dinner and finish setting up camp for the night and have a very well deserved rest and a nap. What do you reckon, guys?
Yeah.
So until we pick this up from tomorrow, when we actually drive into Uluru, from all of us,
Ta-ta.
see you later from northern South Australia. Look after yourselves.